Imagine spending 4 years preparing for your career. 4 years of lectures, exams, assignments, late nights, and finally, you graduate. You enter the job market expecting to compete with millions of other people. But what if your biggest competitor isn't another graduate? What if it's a person using artificial intelligence to do the work of several people? The question isn't simply whether AI will take your job. The more uncomfortable question is, what happens when someone using AI can do your job faster, cheaper, and better? For decades, the career formula was relatively straightforward. Get an education, earn a degree, find an entry-level job, build experience, move up. But technology has repeatedly changed this formula. The computer changed offices, the internet changed communication, the smartphone changed how we work, and now artificial intelligence is moving into something much deeper: the work itself. Modern generative AI can produce text, write and explain computer code, analyze documents, summarize information, generate images, create presentations, translate languages, help researchers organize information, and assist professionals with tasks that once required significant amounts of human time. But here's an important distinction. AI doesn't have to replace an entire profession to transform it. It only needs to automate enough of the work to change what companies expect from the people doing it. This distinction is crucial. A job is usually not one task. It's a collection of tasks. A marketing analyst might research a market, clean data, prepare reports, write summaries, and create presentations. A lawyer may review documents. A programmer may write and test code. A journalist may research, transcribe, and draft. An accountant may analyze financial information. AI doesn't necessarily need to eliminate the entire occupation. It can simply reduce the amount of time humans need to spend on individual tasks. Imagine 2 employees receive the same assignment. One works entirely through a traditional process. The other uses AI to handle repetitive parts of the task. The AI doesn't make every decision. The employee still checks the work, still thinks, still edits, still takes responsibility. But the workflow is faster. Now multiply that difference across hundreds or thousands of employees. Productivity becomes a competitive advantage. Consider software development. AI can help developers generate code, explain unfamiliar functions, suggest solutions, create tests, and identify possible problems. But experienced developers know something important. Code that looks correct isn't necessarily code that works. Someone still has to understand the architecture, check security, test the results, understand the customer, and decide whether the solution actually solves the problem. The tool changes, the responsibility remains. Bring this into the university classroom. A student can use AI to explain a difficult concept, generate questions from vision, brainstorm ideas, organize research, debug code, practice or challenge a model. Used correctly, AI can become a powerful The assignment may be finished, but the learning may not have happened. And this is where AI creates a paradox. The less you understand the subject, the harder it can be to recognize when AI is wrong. An answer can sound confident, look professional, contain technical language, and still be incorrect. So the future skill isn't simply knowing how to ask AI a question. It's knowing whether the answer deserves to be trusted. This changes what employers may value. Technical knowledge still matters. Communication still matters. Creativity still matters. Problem solving still matters. But another capability is emerging: AI fluency. Not simply knowing that AI exists, but understanding where it helps, where it fails, how to verify its output, how to integrate it into a professional workflow, and when not to use it at all. Imagine two graduates applying for the same position. Both have degrees, both have good grades, both understand the basics. But one can demonstrate how they've used AI to automate repetitive work. They can show a portfolio. They can explain how they verified AI-generated results. They can demonstrate actual projects. The difference isn't the degree, it's demonstrated capability. But there's another side to this story. Some of the most valuable things humans do are difficult to reduce to automated output. Trust, leadership, judgment, empathy, negotiation, responsibility, understanding people, making decisions when the information is incomplete. AI may become extremely good at generating possibilities. Humans still have to decide which possibilities matter. And this may create a new divide. Not simply between people with degrees and people without them. Not simply between technical and non-technical workers. But between people who continuously adapt and people who stop learning when they receive their diploma. Because technology doesn't wait for a curriculum to catch up. It doesn't wait for graduation. And it certainly doesn't wait for permission. First, build real expertise. AI is powerful, but shallow knowledge combined with AI can still produce shallow work. Second, learn how AI actually works in your field. Experiment with it. Understand its strengths. Understand its weaknesses. Third, verify everything important. Check sources. Test calculations. Challenge assumptions. Never confuse confidence with accuracy. Fourth, build things. Don't just collect certificates. Create a project. Solve a real problem. Build evidence that you can actually produce something. And finally, keep learning. Because your degree has an expiration date. Your ability to learn shouldn't. So will AI replace humans? In some tasks, absolutely. Some jobs will shrink. Some will disappear. Others will be transformed. And new roles will emerge. But perhaps the most important story isn't about replacement. It's about leverage. A person with powerful tools can accomplish things that were previously impossible, or simply too expensive or time-consuming. And that changes the value of being able to use those tools. So don't ask yourself, will AI replace me? Ask a hard question. If AI makes someone dramatically more productive, what happens if I am that person? The future of work may not be a battle between humans and machines. It may be a competition between people who know how to use powerful tools and people who don't. Your degree can open the door. Your skills can get you through it. And your ability to adapt may determine how far you go.